lady and the gentleman, why is Parliament not functioning, Shaina NC? 2 days of disruption. And why has the government not been able to get the opposition on board with respect to Manipur?
Anand, at the outset, let me please say women of this country, no matter which state they belong to, they could be a part of Manipur, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, or for that matter, even West Bengal. Any kind of atrocity has to rake and shake not just the administration, but accountability to the fullest. And that's why when our Honorable Prime Minister said, "Ke sakti aur shakti ke saath," we are not just contemplating capital punishment for this dastardly act that you saw in Manipur, but do understand that this is not just limited to one state. You have about 1,90,000 cases registered of atrocities in Rajasthan, some of which are so pathetic that you've had in a place like Alwar a woman being raped to death with her husband being a bystander. You have the incident in Chiru, you have what we saw in West Bengal, where political activists have also been completely at the receiving end. So I think the larger lacuna in the system is obviously about a sociological issue, which is a male perverted mindset which needs to be fought collaboratively and collectively. You ask about Manipur. Let me please say that this incident happened on the 3rd of May. You had 55 columns of army reach immediately the next day. Our Honorable Home Minister not just visited, he ensured that 50,000 people through the Assam Rifles were evacuated. People were given the best kind of medical facility from AIIMS that came from Guwahati, doctors from Shillong, and the entire administration was only working to restore law and order and to make sure there is peace and quiet. At the all-party meeting, there was a forum for every political party to express themselves with the Honorable Home Minister, and the Honorable Prime Minister has also said that Parliament is a place for discussion, positive input, and not just to play an orchestrated formula of making sure that Parliament does not function. And yes, this video, unfortunately, the time can be suspect because it was obviously done 2 months too late. Having said that, the fact that it was out in the public domain is an area of contention, and I can only assure you that the Prime Minister leads by example. The dignity he has given the women of India, I'm sure every woman trusts that the action
there is an accusation on the Prime Minister made by the opposition, Shaina NC, that he took more than 80 days to make a comment, offer a comment on this entire issue. There is nobody who's saying or challenging
Anand,
that.
Was the Home Minister
one minute.
On
Let
ground?
me complete, please. Let me complete.
Was the Home Minister
allow me
not
to complete,
on ground?
please.
Mr.
Allow me to
Amit
complete,
Shahji
please.
was in.
Allow me to complete, please. I'm just saying there is no doubt that the Union Home Minister was in Manipur. All the initiatives that you have taken or that you have said that the government has taken is true. As we speak at this point, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Tehseen? Yeah. As we speak at this point, schools are open back in Manipur. There is a semblance of normalcy. Yes, a lot of the displaced people have not yet been resettled, but yes, there is peace. The highways are open, uneasy, but there is peace. What I am trying to understand is, why is it that the opposition is allowed to portray just Manipur and get away with a narrative which you claim, as the BJP and the government claims, is lopsided because it doesn't highlight the other states. When it comes to Tehseen Poonawalla, where is the comment from the Congress party and the leadership that is questioning Manipur and what's happening in Manipur, but quiet on Bengal, quiet on Chhattisgarh, quiet on Rajasthan? Rajasthan is deafening pin drop silence, sir. 2021 data is shameful, is so lopsided against Manipur. I have data only till 2021 official data.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, please go ahead.
Namaskar, Anand. Thank you so much for having me on the show. And I'm not here today for politics. And I actually completely agree with you that we should talk about all the states. No doubt about it. बहुत हुआ नारी पे अत्याचार, अब की बार मोदी सरकार. माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी had said this. And crimes against women have risen across the country. Across the country. So why is it unreasonable for Tehseen Poonawalla, because you took my name, to expect that my Prime Minister, I may be opposed to the BJP, comes to Parliament and answers questions on Kaam Ki Baat, does not do Man Ki Baat? Why is it unreasonable to expect the Prime Minister to answer questions? Why should the Prime Minister not answer questions? After all, my Prime Minister is a very considerate man. He tweeted for a fire in Portugal where 14 people died in a forest. So in my own people, he can speak across the country, including Rajasthan. Second point. Shaina said very rightly about atrocities on women, and yesterday the Honourable Prime Minister addressed us outside Parliament, but he addressed us as a nation. On the same day when the Honourable Prime Minister addressed us, Anand, this is very important. You all were covering it, CNN News 18, your wonderful channel. On that very same day, a rape convict, Ram Rahim, was given parole by the Haryana government. On the very same day, Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, a member of parliament who is accused of rape by the Delhi police, was given bail, and the Delhi police did not oppose the bail. On the very same day, the Honourable Prime Minister spoke about women's dignity across the country. Delhi police and Haryana state government do this. I'm not even getting into Bilkis Bano, where her rapists were felicitated and called sanskari. I'm not even getting into that. The question that is being raised is, of course, West Bengal should be discussed. Of course, Rajasthan should be discussed. Of course, Mamata Banerjee should be pulled up. Of course, Ashok Gehlot ji should also be pulled up. But did Ashok Gehlot ji or Mamata Banerjee come on national TV and say, as what the Honourable Chief Minister of Manipur said? He said, look, we had shut the internet because hundreds of such cases have taken place, women being paraded naked, and we didn't want these videos to come out in public domain. So the internet was shut to prevent India and journalists like you knowing that women were being paraded naked. The Chief Minister said hundreds of women have happened. That's the problem. That is the issue.
The problem is, okay, now first up, the decision by a court cannot be blamed on a government. Also in our country, as per the law,
no,
bail,
Anand,
bail is
just to make it clear.
No, bail is,
just to clear you,
bail is the
Delhi
right.
police could have opposed it,
no,
and then I would have
one
respected.
minute.
No,
the
it's
bail,
not the right in a rape case.
The bail, this is
not in a rape case.
No, there is, Braj Bhushan is not charged with rape. Braj Bhushan is not charged with rape. It's
he
assault.
Is charged with rape.
No, it's assault and molestation. There is no.
With sexual
it's not.
And molestation.
There is harassment and molestation. There is no rape.
Assault and molestation.
There is no rape. There is. Let's not get into.
Let's not get.
My point is, the court has decided to give him bail. Don't blame the government for it. One. Secondly, Haryana government also, Ram Rahim parole is a court decision. Don't blame the government necessarily for it. Okay.
No, it's not a court decision.
You have a point. You have a point.
You're absolutely wrong.
You have a point to me. No, please listen. No, hear me out. No, please hear me out now.
Please allow me.
I heard you.
You're wrong.
I heard you.
You're wrong.
Okay, you believe I'm
you're
wrong?
Wrong on facts. So allow me to correct me, and then I'll hear you.
Okay, go ahead.
Just allow me to correct you. Then I'll just allow. And with a lot of humility, and I know because you're a man of integrity, and I respect that about you. You're wrong on facts, and you may check this with your team. Parole is a state government decision and not a court decision. Ram Rahim has got his second parole and second furlough. He gets it every time there's an election or his birthday, when he cuts birthday cakes with a sword. He's a convicted person. Okay. As for the rape case, in a sexual molestation case in the charges put, bail is not a right, yet the Delhi police did not oppose it.
The bail is the right of the bail is the right of the defendant. It is up to the court to decide whether they have to, and based on the sections he's argued for bail and he's got, it's the court's decision. You may hold the
oppose it in the High Court?
You're welcome to hold a grudge against the Delhi police saying they did not challenge it.
Will they oppose it in the High Court? How can I go? What is my locus?
1 minute.
The Delhi police will go.
1 minute. You can
ask them if they'll go.
Now, Tehseen, no need to heckle me. 1 second. You can oppose. You can hold a grudge.
I will never heckle.
No. I'm just saying. Let's move on. You can hold a grudge against the Delhi police saying that they didn't oppose it. That's all right. But my question is, sir, for all that is happening in Rajasthan, what is the question? Your top leadership couldn't even touch the chief minister of the state. You couldn't even ask him to stop being the chief minister and take up the job of the president of the party. So and to say to passingly say, oh, Ashok Gehlot ji should be pulled up is a different point. Now, before we move on,